Welcome everyone to Pokemon Omega Ruby. As some of you may already know, I actually LP'd Alpha Sapphire about 2 years ago. I think a little less than 2 years ago. If I remember correctly, it was around March of 2017. Although I could be very wrong and it could be February. I don't know. The point is though, that this game here, it's basically the same game as Alpha Sapphire in terms of like gameplay and really like the world and everything. The only thing different is of course the villainous team and thus different Pokemon and all that, but the core gameplay is pretty much the same, just like any generation, you know. If you go back to Red and Blue, Gold and Silver, the original Ruby and Sapphire, Diamond and Pearl, X and Y, Sun and Moon, you know, all these different versions. Same thing with Heart Gold and Soul Silver, you know, like a remake, and then this one being a remake, and then Fire Red and Leaf Green, and so on and so forth. So here's Omega Ruby. So, one of the things that I was saying back when I was LPing all the Pokemon games, but you know, for the first time, is that on the second time I LP games, such as right now what I'm doing, that I'm going to be doing different things for obvious reasons to not make the gameplay so dull and boring. So, what I mean by that is a couple of things. For one, if I was the boy, which I believe in all LPs I was so far, then I'm going to be the girl. So for one, I'm going to be the girl this time. Second of all, I'm not going to choose the same starter. It'll be a different starter because I chose Mudkip in the Alpha Sapphire Let's Play. So here I have either Torchic or Trico. And then third of all, I'm going to be getting different Pokemon. Or I mean, in some, it's funny because in some LPs, I actually was using the same like starter throughout. And I want to, you know, do things a little different for sure, not just use the starter, you know? Even though in this game, it's very easy to just sweep the game with Swampert, you know? It totally is. But, beside the point, you know? What I'm saying is, it's going to be different. Even though it's the same game technically as Alpha Sapphire, if you saw that 2 years ago, it's actually going to be different because I'm doing some different decisions and all that stuff, you know? So I'm going to start by being the girl. So in case you don't know, the girl's default name is May, whereas the guy is Brendan. I'm going to call myself... oh shoot. You know what? For this, I'm going to keep it the same only because the word shiny can actually be gender neutral. So it makes sense. It makes sense. Alright, so... Also, what's going to be really funny here is, well, I'm not going to mention it yet, but, yes, I'm shiny. So, yeah, what I was saying is that what's going to be funny with this LP is that I actually got a couple comments in really my last Pokemon actually no, my last one was White too. So when Pokemon White, people were telling me like, why don't I like nickname my Pokemon after people I know in real life, like friends or family members. And I was like, you know what? That's a great idea. I think that's a great idea. So I'm gonna do that. I'm totally gonna do that. I think it'll be interesting. I mean, even though, I mean, they're probably not going to watch this, because, like, who the hell watches, you know, videos of a person you know in real life? Obviously, some people do it, but, I mean, for most people, it's actually a little weird, from what I've been told, and from what I've seen other people's, you know, perspectives on other Let's Players who they know. They're like, oh yeah, it's kind of weird, you know, because, like, I talk to him or her on a day-to-day basis, but I watched their Let's Plays. That was weird, so I stopped watching them, but... I know there's exceptions, you know. So this here is Littleroot Town. It's definitely a very peaceful town. Yes. Just like most games, you know, that have dialogue, no voice acting, I tend to just not read it because it's kind of boring, you know, if I just end up reading the whole thing. You could really just read that or glimpse through it yourself. I'm not going to mash it incredibly fast, but I'm not going to mash it incredibly slow either, you know, average speed. So, just letting you know, you know. Anyway, we are moving here to the town of Littleroot Town. I don't know why I said to the town of Littleroot, what the fuck? Either to Littleroot Town or to the town of Littleroot. There's no point in saying to the town of Littleroot Town. New clock? Sure, let's do it. Let's do it, man. Okay, so the clock is here. It's not moving? You've got... Yeah, I know. But I mean... with Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby, the time is basically your 3DS clock. You know, you don't have to set it yourself. In the original Ruby and Sapphire, you did actually have to do it, so you could technically put anything that you wanted to do, you know, anytime, whether it was realistic or not, and yeah, that's the way it would work. So here's a computer. Better get going. Okay, well, let's go. Alright, something's happening already. On TV. Petalburg Gym. Yeah, that's gonna be the 5th badge of the game. It'll take a while for sure to get there. Okay, sure. Right next door? Let's do it. Let's do it, man. So it's gonna be right to the left over here. Hello, you. What's up? Yes, I'm Shiny. I'm the new next door neighbor. So let's go ahead and introduce ourselves to Brendan. Let's do it. Yep, so that's the guy that I was in Alpha Sapphire, whereas the girl I am now, that was my rival in that game. And now the roles have switched. The way he says it, it's like he was mesmerized by me or something. Oh my god. Okay. Sure, some other time. Okay, so now we're about to get into the part where we are going to get a starter. A starter. So we got 3 choices, although for me it's only 2 choices. To be honest, I think one is just universally better than the other one, and I think it's going to make just, you know, the LP more efficient, so I'm going to go ahead and do that one. I'm going to choose that Pokemon. I think a lot of you already know who I'm talking about. Okay, so this guy is getting chased by Poochyena. He's so pathetic. So let's open up this bag. We got 3 choices. We got Trico, Torchic, and Mudkip. So I was Mudkip in the last one, but I'm going to be choosing Torchic for this one. Let's release Torchic and let's battle with Torchic. Here we go. So Torchic is the fire starter of Generation 3, who eventually becomes a fire fighting type upon evolving into Combuskin and eventually Blaziken. But for now he's a pure fire type. So right now, Torchic can do Scratch, Growl, or Ember, and it's actually a female. That is interesting because starter Pokemon have an 87.5% chance of being male. That applies to all starters in any generation. Actually, I could be wrong for the newest generation, but most generations at least, it's an 87.5% chance to be male, so it's a 12.5% chance to be female, which means that the 12.5% chance actually, wow, yeah, that's cool. Alright, so, yeah, this guy's basically just talking about his embarrassment, you know, that he got chased by level 2 Poochyena, and he's, yeah, okay, whatever. Sure, back to your lab. Let's do it. Alright, so I believe in here, I mean, obviously it's going to tell us some, you know, generic stuff about Pokemon and all this stuff, which, to be honest, it doesn't really interest me. It does not. But I did officially receive the Torchic now. And I get to nickname Torchic, which I'm going to do. So it's a female. What am I going to do? You know what? You know what? This, because if you're a female, you're my starter, I'm going to name you after one of my closest friends in my life. It's funny because, like, here's the thing. Okay, so her name is Liz. Here's the thing. In most cases, at least in most people who I've actually known in life, usually somebody who they're very close to, somebody who's either their best friend or really close to a best friend, it's usually because they've been friends for a while, since like sometimes elementary school, middle school, maybe early high school, and it's just a lifelong friendship that they keep as kids. But there's sometimes those times where you meet somebody later in your life, you know, like when you're in college or something like that, and then within like, even knowing them within like a year or two, they become your best friend or your really close friend, you know? For me, it's the latter, for sure, when it comes to Liz. She's somebody who I met back in... Oh, crap. It was like... Wait, how do I... What? Wait, how do I go up? Oh, shoot, I'm stupid. Yeah, so it was somebody that... Or like, I met her in summer... well, actually, even before summer. It was around, like... I think the very first time I had actually seen her was probably in April of 2017. That's the first time I ever met her, ever. We basically met at work at, as a lot of you already know, I go to Cal State Long Beach. But in April of 2017, that was my last semester as an undergraduate student. And we had this, like, training thing in April with our orientation program. As you already know, a lot of you know our SOAR program, but I just call it orientation program to all of you, because not many of you know what the fuck SOAR is, you know? Orientation program, but we worked as orientation advisors or leaders. And we had a training back in April. And that's where we first met, although we didn't really talk that much that day. I mean, to be honest, I don't even remember what the hell we said to each other that day, if we did even talk, but we at least saw each other. But we didn't really, like, start communicating a lot more until the summer of that year. So, like, June, July. The more summer progressed, the closer we got. And by the time it was fall of 2017, we actually ended up just getting a lot closer. We spent a lot of time, you know, just... texting each other, you know, and then just hanging out. We actually went to Disneyland a few times together. And then, since then, I mean, it's actually incredibly rare in which we have a day where we don't text each other. Like, we actually talk to each other that much. So, it's interesting, you know, but I'm telling all of you this because, like, for all of you out there watching this, if you feel lonely in your life right now, and you're like, oh man, I'm already like 18 years old and I don't have a best friend right now, who the fuck cares? You're gonna meet somebody, okay? Whether it's in college or at work or wherever you, or somewhere where you volunteer, or I don't even know. Wait, why am I healing? Didn't I just, whatever? But yeah, you know, like, that's why I'm saying that. That, like, even though most people, like I was saying, they meet their best friends early on. I mean, not all people. Some people actually, they take longer, you know? They really do. Which is perfectly fine. But that's the story of Liz and I, you know? I'm sure I'll be talking more about that as we go, because, I mean, every time I freaking throw a torch at a guy, I'm gonna see the name Liz. I'm gonna be like, oh, I need to say this about her, or this. Which I've actually asked her in the past. Oh, by the way, do you recognize this little image here? This is where the intro cutscene takes place. Go back, rewind the video to the very first 10 seconds, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure it's that. But yeah. Yeah, but... I guess that's enough about that, you know? I think I've talked enough. As of now, at least. But yeah, she's okay with me talking about her. To all of you. She's told me that in the past. Now, is she going to be in a video in the future? Hell no, because she says she doesn't want to. But she's completely okay with me talking about her. She also told me that it's okay to give all of you her social security number. So let me go ahead and tell it to you. It is... I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Alright, so... This is Mudkip. And I'm Liz, or Torchic, sorry, holy shit. So, it's a water type, which means that it actually halves all fire attacks because they are strong against fire, so you actually want to use regular attacks. I got lucky because I got the crit. Dem crits matter. Okay, scratch. As you can see though, this battle is a kind of a challenge if you don't level up a lot. If you feel like you're going to have trouble with it, you could actually just like wander on the grass, level up a few more times if you want to, reach like 7 or 8. By level 8, you should easily be able to annihilate. Oh my freaking... You got a crit too, so that balanced out, but in the end, I'm faster, so I won because of it. Although, I don't think another attack from Mudkip would have killed me. It should have been like 1 or 2 HP left, right? I'm pretty sure. There we go. Level 7. Also, I didn't see what nature my Torchic was. I need to take a look at that. Because I'm actually legit curious on that. Good battle? Yeah. Oh, how nice of you. Okay. Back to the lab? Sure. Alright, so let me do a couple things. For one, I need to actually set my configuration here. Okay. Text speed fast. Battle effects on. Battle style, I'm going to put it to set for now. Button mode default. Force save. You can choose whether or not you must save before. I don't think that matters either way for me. I'm also going to do L equals A for that, button mode. Okay. So now the text moves faster. Let's also go ahead and go over here. Alright, so what's your nature? Ooh, that's not a very good nature. So that's good defense and bad speed. Ironically, defense is the lowest stat and speed is the second highest stat for now, but it's because the way that natures work is that it doesn't mean that that's going to make it, like, the worst one. Wait, actually, no, I think it's the wrong way, dude. Is it fast? Is it high speed and low? Oh, shit, I don't even know, man. I forgot what color means what, but okay, whatever. So, I need a... Okay, he's still blocking me, so I actually have to run back down again. What do you want now? That's what I'm doing, you... Oh my god. Let's go. Let's go all the way down. So we have to make it to the lab, which is at the very, very bottom. Also, I'm sure you can see this, but in this version, you actually start with the running shoes from the very beginning. In Generation 3, so in the Game Boy Advance, Ruby and Sapphire, you actually have to do all of this first. And then once we finish up this and go back up to Route, Route 1 up, it's not 1, but north of us. That's when we get the running shoes on our way back up there because our mom finally gives it to us, the running shoes. We also got a Pokédex just now. That's good. That's really good. Yes. Have some Pokeballs. Cool, thank you. You know what's funny? I actually don't remember my whole team in Alpha Sapphire. So I need to go back and look at that to make sure I don't, like, catch the same Pokemon, you know? I literally don't remember what the hell I trained. Like, why do I not remember this stuff? Man. Alright, we're done. Oh my god, who now? Really? Oh my god, it's you. It's my mom. Yes, I did. Yep. Okay, I'll try not to. I'll try not to push myself too hard, you know? Training Pokemon, because that's tough work, man. Alright, we're done. And by this point, we're now free. Wait, no, not yet, not yet. One sec. Okay, now. Pokenav. Dexnav. Okay. Sure. Okay, now we're free. We have done everything in terms of the opening cutscenes and all that stuff, so now we can pretty much play the game to our freedom. Alright, here's a Zigzagoon. Zigzagoon is interesting. It actually learns a very powerful headbutt attack at level, I think it's level 7? Which is actually incredibly low as a level. Headbutt at level 7 is a fantastic move. It has 70 base power and it's normal, which means that it actually gets stabbed because Zigzagoon is also normal. In case you all don't know, if any Pokemon uses a move that's its same type, that move gets buffed up by 50% bonus. It's actually called same type attack bonus, or stab for short, and it's very useful. So for example, for me with Torchic, Ember will be more powerful in most cases because it gets stab, whereas Scratch is not. It's a normal type move, but Torchic is not a normal type Pokemon. I actually forgot about this cutscene, so yeah, actually there was one more. If you go lightly to a Pokemon like that, you can actually sneak. You can go a little faster though. This is so freaking funny. Look at this sneak. Look at this sneak. And then up. Got you. Or not got you, I'm gonna fight you, but it is a Poochyena. But yeah, he was teaching us another new mechanic that actually did not exist in the original. Usually these Pokemon are stronger level, as you can see. This is a level 5 Poochyena, which, to be honest, looks very interesting to me. Should I catch it? I'm gonna catch you. But I'm going to use Scratch. Scratch, as you can see, will be weaker. Did you see that? Look at the difference of both of them. That's why Ember does more damage, because of stab. Alright, let's throw a Pokeball. This is as weak as I can get you to be, so hopefully you stay in the ball. Got you. Nice, nice, nice. Alright. So who should I name you after? Let's see. Are you a male or a female? I forgot. I wasn't even paying attention to that. What the heck? Okay, registration completed. Next. Yes. I'm gonna name you. You're a female. Who else? Should I name you? You know what? This is gonna be hilarious. I don't think anybody... we'll see. No, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna name you that. I'm gonna name you... I got it. I got it. This is gonna be so funny. Kind of, sort of, but no, actually, no, it's not. You know what? No. Somebody else needs that name. No. I'm gonna name you... Oh my god, I'm wasting so much time here. Shit. I'm gonna name you... Well, I can't even think right now, man. Okay. There, Jessica. Or Jess. She goes by Jess as well, but... Yeah, another one of my friends. Close friend. I'll talk more about her later. Just because I don't want to just keep talking about... Like, give you all a story about everybody, you know, right now. I gotta space it out a little bit, you know? I do. Okay, that's... I don't want to do that. What the heck? What's actually my... I'm good. You know, I actually should have healed. God damn it. Alright, so here's the first Pokemon Trainer battle. Now, usually people tend to grind before they take on Pokemon Trainers, like a few levels, you know, but I'm not going to do that. Particularly because Generation 6, which technically this game is Generation 6. Generation 6 and onwards, so 6 and 7, are particularly easy, especially 6. Only because of the way that the experiencer actually works, so you don't really have to do additional grinding. You just keep Pokemoning your team, and yeah, that's that, you know? Now, obviously we don't have the experience share yet, but we are going to be getting it eventually, you know? Now, any Pokemon that you defeat that belongs to a trainer will actually give you 50% additional more experience, so just keep that in mind. It's important to know that. So that what I'm saying is that in general, it's easier to train on Pokemon who belong to trainers as opposed to wild Pokemon. Alright, I'm gonna go back. And I will go ahead and take this door here so I can heal up. Back in the Pokemon Center. Alright, so obviously from this town you could go either west or north. Now if you go north, it takes you back to that route where I first fought Brendan. But if you can actually go east from there too, but only once you have Surf, because it can only be traversed by water. So as of now, it's basically a dead end. The only place we can go to is over here, to the west, this way. So here's another trainer. This guy's a bug catcher. So usually you're able to tell what type of Pokemon a trainer will have depending on what their sprite is. That's a bug catcher, which means that it's going to be a bug type that it's going to have most likely, which he did. Thus, bugs are weak to flying, rock, and fire. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this, Ember, and you're dead. That's super effective. Stab, 50% bonus. Super effective, ×2 bonus. No shot. No shot at surviving. Alright, so that's done. Let's see now. I think there's like... Is there an item over here? No, but there's a dude. Okay, that's not a trainer. Well, so far that's gonna be it. What I will do though is actually go ahead and put I'm gonna put Jessica up in the front. Let's give Jessica some experience here, you know? Youngster Alan sent out Poochyena. So it's gonna be Poochyena versus Poochyena. Oh boy. Alright, that's what I got here. Ice Fang and Howl. I'm gonna use Ice Fang. It's actually kind of weird that they give you Ice Fang to start out with. Oh, yeah, that's also because... Oh, I totally forgot about this, but... Isn't that because it's one of those... It was one of those Pokemon that was popping their tail out of the grass that they actually start with a different move? That might be it. Which makes it very interesting. It really does. Here's a Tailo. That's perfect because you're a flying type. Flying types are weak to ice. This should one-shot you easily. Look at that. Yeah, Tailo's a normal flying type. Dual type. And that's it. Youngster is defeated. Okay, so these are berries. One mechanic that was largely introduced in Generation 3, the original Ruby and Sapphire, was berries. I mean, yes, berries existed in Generation 2, but it was very different. You couldn't actually plant them yourself. You could just harvest one from each tree per day. But in Generation 3, they started this whole thing of you being able to plant your own in this grassy, soily terrain, but I'm not going to do so yet. I actually don't even know if I will. In most cases, it's beneficial to do that if you're going to be playing on a file that you're going to be using long term. Because I'm Let's Playing the game, I'm only going to be playing it until I beat the game, the Elite Four plus post-game content, and then I'm done. So I don't really have to keep replenishing my berry count, you know? So I feel like I'm going to be okay without that, but who knows? Damn, that did some decent damage there, holy shit. This is troubling because, I can't even, nope, I gotta switch. The main reason why is because I'm not doing half damage to it, so he's gonna get 2 more attacks and then kill me, since he outspeeds me as well. Because that tackle, man. Yeah, tackle's actually a pretty good move in, Generation 6 and beyond. Sorry, 5 and beyond. Because it got buffed up. It used to have 35 base power, 95 accuracy, but it got buffed up to 50 power and 100 accuracy. Which is honestly a really good move for starting, you know? Obviously later in the game, no, I mean, it's outshadowed by, like, headbutt and stuff like that, you know? Obviously body slam being really good, and yeah. Okay, so down here there's an item. And we'll grab this. That's a potion. Nice. And I think that's actually it. We made it. What now? Detector mode. Oh, some butterflies. That's cute. Butterflies. Not as popular as Butterfree. Everyone knows Butterfree. I mean, really? Yes, I know. Petalburg is... I was gonna get there, but you fucking interrupted me again for like the 5th time already. Here we are, Petalburg. Let's go back in here again. Let's go back in here and do some stuff. Like healing, you know? Alright, so our massive party of 2, doing really well, right? We totally are. We are, yeah, we got this, man. We totally got this. Okay, so, really the only thing we can do here for now is enter the gym. It's a good battle. Hello, you? That's actually my dad, yes. Sure. Okay, wait, why were you battling the guy outside the gym, though? What the hell? Alright, so here, somebody else is going to be coming in here. This guy's name is Wally. He's somebody who, honestly is kind of a wimp in the beginning of the game. But he definitely grows a lot throughout the game. And he becomes pretty formidable by the end of the game. Okay, so our dad lent Wally a Pokemon so he can capture Pokemon, but he was actually kind of a dick because he gave him 1 Pokeball. Like, this isn't the anime, dude. In the anime, if it breaks free, at least by the way it looks like, you're able to just reuse the same Pokeball over and over again. In the games, it doesn't work like that. If you throw a Pokeball and it escapes, your Pokeball's gone. Thus, what I'm saying is that Wally only has 1 shot at catching a Pokemon. If it escapes, it's not going to work. Obviously, being a tutorial, it's going to work. I mean, come on, seriously? But this here's a tutorial on learning how to catch Pokemon. Now, why do they do it this late in the game? I don't know, in most versions as in like generations, different games, in Pokemon games, they use the catching tutorial before you get your first encounter where you can catch it. I've already had plenty of opportunities to catch Pokemon, and they hadn't even done the tutorial yet, so I don't know, man. Alright, tackle it again is what he's doing. Again, I'm not doing this. This is all just, this is Wally's commands. I'm not doing anything at all except just mashing the A button to, like, make the dialogue go. Alright, so with that, as you can see, it's gonna get captured. Pretty obvious. But there we go. Ralts is captured, and Ralts itself is pathetic. Its stats are horrible. It doesn't learn any attacking thing until level, I think it's level 6 Confusion. It can only do Growl if you catch it level 5 or below. It's really bad. It's horrible. But when it becomes a Gardevoir is freaking amazing. It is an amazing Pokemon. It's a massive stab boost. Psychic type, part Fairy type. It's great. It's very great. Okay. Cool. It got updated even more. Embarrassing, huh? Sure. Alright, so he's gonna go. Goodbye, Wally. Okay, so here's the advice. We gotta head to Rustboro first and challenge Roxanne. We will do that. We will definitely do that. Alright, so I'm gonna end it here. So if you enjoyed this episode in any way, please be sure to leave a like. I'd appreciate that very much. Thank you, and as always, I will see you all next time. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a great and a fantastic day.